Hey everyone from Florida. Just sitting around here and put a nail in my foot walking around my chicken coop. And man, I can't walk, I can't do farm work. I'm kind of bummed, but I'm making it. Having my kids help me out. And I was like, man, I gotta work. Gotta do all these things. I can't be physically not fit or invalid right now. And then I realized, sometimes in life, you have to settle down and slow down. Sometimes God and the universe just says, you know what? You're not going to slow down? Well, you are going to slow down. We're going to make you. We're going to put a nail in your foot. Sometimes I think that because I'm kind of a workaholic and I'm either working all the time or I'm like sleeping. So this is weird. I had a little break today and I went on some live feeds on YouTube and saw that people are struggling and I'm struggling, and I was like, what is it going to do? What's today's message? And I was like, today's message for all the narcissistic abuse survivors is take a break if you have to. I know that sometimes you get in financial situations where you leave the narcissist and you have to work on your own, and believe me, I work 6-7 days a week sometimes. You can see I'm like tired, exhausted. I work with the public. It's exhausting as a psychic empath. I feel like a therapist all day long when I bartend. But maybe God's put me there in those people's paths, to talk to them. I don't know. I just know that I just do my best to help everyone out. Help the animals out too. Sometimes I just like to be hanging out with my animals, so I don't use all that psychic empath the energy of, because I know that narcs like it, and they're always like, let's go for the psychic empath, let's suck their energy, Just try to stay on the path of Jesus Christ. I know some of you on here don't follow that path, but that's just me. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch my videos, but that's how I see it. I see the narcissist as having demonic presence in your life, maybe attached by entities, by the devil. I know that it's a borderline, it's a cluster B personality disorder that you cannot be healed from. It's something that you have for the rest of your life, but they choose to live that way. They don't want to go to therapy. They don't want to fix it. They want to blame everybody else and play the blame game with everybody else. And that's fine if that's what they want, but they have to understand someone like myself is not going to stay around for that. And have their energy sucked like a little vampire sucking your energy. It's just that I've noticed a lot of people, it's getting harder and harder to be a one-income provider. I want to emphasize once again about financial abuse and how narcissists keep you in relationships because you want to provide for your family and for yourself. You may be like in my situation where you left your good job. I used to be a flight attendant for 13 years, made lots of money, worked my way up. And I left that to be at home and stay at home with children because I lived in a narcissistic household with both parents being narcissists and never giving me anything and always fighting for everything, having 6 kids in the family. It's like a pack of wolves, I even had my tooth knocked out. It was fake. Because me and my brother were fighting over pizza, and he wanted the last piece. And he threw a plate in my face. Everybody has to understand, when you go through narcissistic abuse, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. You could have grown up in a really harsh environment, like myself, left home early. I left home when I was 16, went out on my own, lived with my sister for a while, in college. When she was in college, and I was going to parties at 16 and 17, like fraternity parties and stuff like that, drinking a lot. And as you well know, what happens to most young women in college, getting sexually assaulted as well. So I've had a lot of trauma from my past, and this is the first time I've actually come out right and said that. But it's a lot, and it's a lot of stuff that you have, and that gets you vulnerable, makes you people pleaser. You always want to people please, and I can remember as a child, never getting attention, just like doing all kinds of stuff. Running track and field, never having parents there. Winning awards, never having a parents there. Stuff like that. It's debilitating. It makes you feel less than, makes you feel stupid. I mean, the narcissist knows that about you. They know that you are a people pleaser. They know that you're trying to get attention, that you've had a hard life. That's why when they first date you, they mine for information and ask about your life, because they want to know what they can use against you later. It's really sad that I have to say this. That's the only reason why they want to know about you. They already know that you offer something to them, whether it's your looks, your body, money, clout, who you know, creative ideas. They know that you have it, and they're going to get it, and they're going to make you feel like you're not good enough when you're in these relationships, so they can control you. I have been doing a lot of therapy with my therapist over the last year and a half, and unraveling a lot of things, and it's just really sad what happened to me. I mean, I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for this crappy childhood. I didn't ask to get sexually assaulted when I was a young teen. I didn't ask for any of these things. But the person I am today, I am a survivor. I am a very strong person. Actually, I call myself a warrior. And that's one of the reasons why I have that name, Sky Viking, is because I always studied Viking history when I was getting my history degree. And my sister Linda and I, God bless her soul, she died when she was 21, which was another traumatizing event. Not only did she get in a car accident, but she was in a coma for a month. And the day she died was on Mother's Day, which was horrible for my mom. And my sister and I were walking over to where she was in the ICU on oxygen. And I was like, Linda never wanted to be resuscitated. She told me, do not resuscitate if there's no chance of living. And then my sister was like, no, we got to try to keep her on oxygen. And we were really getting into it, and then we walked in the building, and right then, that's when she died. And it's like my sister knew, like, I'm making that decision. I'm going now. It was hard. I mean, that traumatized me. My sister and I were very close. We were like, we're Vikings, la la la, and we used to, we always had like Viking, art stuff and runes and all these things, and when we were teenagers, and I mean, we're not teenagers, but like in our 20s, we're Vikings, and we used to pick up the bottle of wine and go drink it, and pass it along, and we used to say, we will die and go to Valhalla. So that's how Sky Viking started. And then when I became a flight attendant, it kind of fit, because, I was flying all the time in the sky. right now, I'm just at a crossroads in my life and trying to make it, what could I say? Trying to figure out what to do next. And having been used to people pleasing for freaking ever, it's really hard for me to still not assist people or help them. I've let people borrow money that I know I'll never get back, stuff like that. But once that now that in 2024, once that happens, I know that, if they don't pay me back, I was meant to be there for them to get some kind of funding, and that's that. And you help them out. They've shown what they are. Just move on. Don't let them borrow money again. Don't assist again. But thank you, Jesus, for letting me know that it was okay to help people out. Because I always, when people ask me for money, I go, Jesus, should I help this person out? And always Jesus in my head, and it says, yes, go ahead and help them out. But under the condition, if they don't pay you back, don't do it again. So that's what I do. Give them one chance. If they don't pay me back, that's good. To the beginning of this whole rant, I put a nail in my foot. And I was like, call my boss. I texted my boss. I said, I put a nail in my foot. Can't work for 2 days, She just went, okay. The funny thing was, on last week, she's like, oh, you've been working so much for us that I'm going to give you Monday and Tuesday off. And I was like, oh, man, that's awesome, And then the next day, she said, oh, you're working on Monday and Tuesday. So basically, I got gaslit. As you all know, if you've been in narcissistic abuse, you know all about gaslighting. And so I was just laughing, because it's then I get a nail in my foot and I can't work anyway. It's like instant karma or something. It's really weird. I was like, what the hell is going on? But don't let people use you. Don't let people gaslight you. Don't let people act like you're a dumb idiot. Don't be the chump to anybody. We're going to make it. We're going to work our asses off 6-7 days a week. Get out there. I always think of myself as when you have, you think of all those battles that people had, even in medieval times or something. I always think of myself like a knight, and I go by the knight's code. It's I always think of it as we're going to battle, and you may be tired, but we still got to go on the quest. We still got to keep going. No matter what it takes in the path of Jesus Christ. So think of those crusaders, we're going to war for Christ. They truly believe that. And that's how I feel right now. When narcs bring me down and do all these things, I'm I'm going to still keep going and be a warrior for Jesus Christ and keep the faith, be in good karma, do unto others as they do to you. Do unto others like they do for you. So if they're awful to you, then cut them off. But I'm going to get up a little bit. I'm going to hobble out here and get out in the sun for a little bit. Maybe get a little bit of stuff done as I hobble around. Also loves everybody. I hope that everybody's surviving okay. I feel hard times on a lot of people right now. And I hope that it gets better for you. Cheers for Florida. Have a great day.